Greetings everyone, and welcome back once again to Persona 5. I guess our mission now is to clear the false charges and steal Shido's heart. And since there's not a hell of a lot else we're going to be able to do today...
I'm gonna head back then.
Go to bed, alright? You know what? Fine, boss. I had a big day today. I got killed. Come on, leak his name. Kid had it coming, lol. He went down easy. He got what was jeez. The truth's lost to the void. We'll finally have peace. Apparently Akechi arrested the leader of the Phantom Thieves. Akechi is bae. Just seeing the word bae used in a game like this is a little bit weird to me. He's a hero. I'm so glad Akechi's back. I hope they can catch the rest of the Phantom Thieves, too. He really is amazing. But I'm gonna make a fool of him by the time this is all done. There's no point in even having an election. Shido's gonna win. Of course, he's the only reliable politician there is. Plus, the current government has been getting wrapped up in scandal after scandal. Even more importantly, there's just an aura about him, like he can fix whatever problems we have. Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me who does it, I just want to see our society back on track. Especially after it turned out those Phantom Thieves were nothing more than scum in the end. We'll show you. Yeah, that's interesting, it's just Ryuji here. I don't see Peter anywhere. I heard you went home, so I announced it during homeroom. Are you okay? I am, thanks. You're alive. The news is reporting you committed suicide. Call me when you can. I was so confused. But as long as you're safe, don't worry about school. Just take care of yourself, heart. Oh, thanks, waifu-sensei. So am I actually going to be allowed to use any of this time? Is it true that the leader of the Phantom Thieves died? How could the police let him commit suicide in jail? They need to get their shit together.
Cut that out!
Quiet down, you're in class. Break's been over for quite some time now. I swear you're like monkeys in the zoo. Oh yeah. I received word from Barakan's family that he'll be absent for a bit. Geez, what do you people think school is anyway? It's almost time. Okay, yeah, this is still on rails. I'm probably not going to be allowed to do anything. Hey, it can't be true, can it? Please tell me you're okay. I'm all good. Ooh, thank God you're safe. That suicide report was all over the news, and Miss Kawakami said you went back to your hometown. I was honestly worried about contacting you. Even Sakamoto was dodging the question when I tried to ask him. But don't worry, I won't tell anyone. By the way, the fan site is a real yeah, I noticed! But I'll keep supporting you from the shadows. Good luck. You don't need to worry about it in here, but try not to do anything to draw attention. Anyway, today's a day off, so eat your curry and take it easy. You can take your time with it too, not like any customers are going to be showing up. Thanks, okay. Soji bro. Let's try and think of the keyword once the chief's curry has energized you. Have you guys figured out the keyword to Shido's palace yet? I've tried all sorts of stuff, but no luck so far. It's hard to understand the thought process of a criminal mastermind like him. You know, I've been wondering, if he's been behind all of those mental shutdowns, doesn't that mean all the weird accidents from these past few years were all his fault? Like that subway accident back in April. Now that you mention it, that accident lost the Minister of Transport his job. Wait, are you trying to say Shido caused that accident? Well, through Akechi, as we now know. But it's the subway. Does he not care at all about innocent... No, he clearly thinks that sacrifices are necessary, and I quote, "This man seems to be truly unbelievable. Supposedly there are still tons of victims from that in the hospital even now. Masayoshi Shido, how many people has he killed over the years? How could we ever understand what goes on in the mind of such a horrible man? Hey, wouldn't it be faster if we just go there and try to think about it on site? Let's try that. No, that's a terrible idea. If we're going to go, I'd like Peter to join, but will that be okay? Won't somebody spot him? We'll probably figure out the keyword and note. Ryuji, that is the stupidest idea. Plus, I can throw off anyone who tails us with my blazing speed. I guess that's all you are good for, Ryuji, is as bait. Alright, let's have Peter-kun join us then. Remember, though, we're going with the intent of not being seen. Okay, well, let's meet in front of the Diet Building and force that bastard's palace open.
Well then.
Why are we doing what Ryuji suggests? That sounds like a great way to throw away the opportunity we've finally earned ourselves to solve this shit. He didn't think that through. He just pulled it out of his ass, and now he wants us to...
What is it?
You going out? That's the plan, I guess. You gotta be kidding me. You realize you're done for if you get caught, right? Sheesh, the stunts you pull sometimes. Just don't stay out too late.
Akechi isn't here.
Let's begin at once. Police cars are making rounds, so we can't stay here too long. We already have Masayoshi Shido and Diet Building. All we need is what he thinks of this place.
Maybe Mount Fuji, since it's the highest place in the country?
That's the stupidest.
Conditions have not been met. What about a mansion?
No, not a mansion. I have a feeling it's going to be something disgustingly grandiose. Something like, I mean, his own castle, I guess?
Since he's going to subjugate everyone as Prime Minister, perhaps a school?
What about an arena, like the Colosseum?
Imperial Palace?
Conditions have not been met.
It's no good. I thought we would have gained entry by now. Maybe we shouldn't have called you here.
Hey, you think he's guarding his whole palace with a barrier? Shido stole the cognitive science research, right? Well, maybe it had some special move written in it.
Ryuji, you're a moron, but you might have accidentally stumbled onto something here.
Is that even possible?
Who knows? I've got no idea. There was nothing like that in the notes I saw.
Okay then, yeah, you're just a moron, Ryuji.
Anyways, what kind of person is Shido? I can't figure him out.
He is manipulative, duplicitous, conniving, calculating.
I did some light research on him last night, but I couldn't get a grasp on the type of man he is.
Well, I have an idea of the type of man he is.
That man over there is probably a legislator, right? I'll try asking him.
That's risky.
Excuse me. I'm a member of the newspaper club at my high school. May I speak with you for a moment?
Hi, Mr. Low Poly Unimportant NPC.
Sure.
What kind of person is Representative Shido? What's he think about the national diet?
His stance is dedication for country. It's how he's garnered everyone's trust. He's an admirable man of action, with a first-class determination. I'd say he's a model politician. I believe that he'll help create a wonderful future in which young adults like you can live in ease.
Spoken like a true windbag.
An exemplary answer.
It makes sense he wouldn't tell teenagers anything unnecessary.
Well, chances are he doesn't tell anyone in the general public anything unnecessary.
Look over there. He's on a walkie-talkie.
Wait, is it about us?
That doesn't look good.
We should leave at once. Tomorrow's the day off, so let's have an early strategy meeting. Meet at LeBlanc, okay? We should all think about this tonight.
Yeah, it's not like we looked suspicious or anything standing there all together.
The criminals calling themselves the Phantom Thieves are no more. However, I believe that this country's citizens are still living their days in anxiety. These scandals only increase our distrust of the current government. As a citizen myself, I am enraged.
Look who's talking.
No kidding.
What does it mean to be a politician with responsibility? Working toward personal gain without consideration of the country is outrageous.
The hypocrisy here is just astounding.
The election's public notification is tomorrow. But no matter where I go, people are cheering for Shido.
Everyone's being deceived so easily.
That's the general public for you. I tried looking Shido's interviews up online. They all sound so goddamn fake. I checked his profile as well, but I couldn't find much outside of his title and education. He's currently 53 years old and has gone from being a metropolitan assemblyman to a representative. Though he's a cabinet minister, he split from the ruling party to form the United Future Party. Shido's a cabinet minister? For real? He was specially appointed to the position. That's his current title. Apparently, he also won a contest for people who would most like to have as their... for who people would most like to have as their boss. Even the news sites write about him as though he's assured to become the Prime Minister. If only we could find out the meaning behind Shido's words.
In order to save this country that has been tainted by villains, social reform is essential.
So what, we're gonna have to waste another week before we finally come up with this crap? What's with all the love for Shido? I get no one knows the truth about him, but it still creeps me out. Also, when did this Phantom Thieves poster get here? Oh, and I'm not even allowed to leave.
Oh.
How the hell am I supposed to infiltrate his palace when I'm not allowed to do anything? This is really starting to piss me off because time is limited now.
Hey!
Ah, fuck you, Morgana. If only we knew the keyword. That should put an end to the case. It's just like Shido-san said. We can't go wrong leaving things to Masayoshi Shido. Shido-san's gonna be in the election too, right? Politicians like him are promising. As your physician, I would like to confirm something. Please contact me as soon as you see this. I'm still alive. Stop making me worried. I'm glad you're okay. I just got nervous when I saw the news. Well, I'll be at the clinic if you need any medicine. It's nothing but the Phantom Thieves on TV. Oh, that's right. Aren't you supposed to be gathering here today? Make sure you finish eating before everyone shows up. It's almost time for our meeting. I wonder if anyone has figured out the keyword. I hate that they forced me to waste the few days in between escaping death and now.
Last one. Diamond mine. No good.
How many do we miss?
Perhaps he truly does have a barrier up.
Right?
That's not something to be excited about.
We know all the way up to Diet Building, too.
So you enter keywords into the Metaverse Navigator.
Boss, can you turn the TV on? Shido might be on it.
Sure thing.
Goro Akechi. Him and his stupid composed face.
So, Akechi-san, is it true you withdrew yourself from the media as part of your plan to capture the Phantom Thieves?
I truly apologize for causing such a stir. Honestly, it required a lot of courage to openly oppose them when their popularity was at its peak. I mean, people often lashed out at me online and whatnot.
Then was it also your plan when you said they weren't at fault after their popularity declined?
That was to catch them off guard. I could say I applied my profiling knowledge. Once they lost public support, someone they thought was their greatest enemy lent a hand. That's the same strategy used in romance, wouldn't you agree?
Why is he being treated as an ace detective of justice?
It's not just on TV or online. Newspapers, magazines. I see his face everywhere.
On the other hand, no one's hoping for our comeback on the fan site. Like, at all.
Phantom thieves are evil. Shido and Akechi are just. It should be the other way around.
They're manipulating information using the media.
Welcome to, like, as long as the media has existed.
Leaving Akechi aside, we'll get back at him later. Our main issue is Shido.
Were there any instances before when you didn't know the palace keywords?
Well, there was the time with Futaba.
We didn't know anything about her, so all we could do was make conjectures.
Then why don't we just go directly and see Shido?
That's impossible. He's surrounded by bodyguards and followers all the time.
There's no way high school students can get an appointment with him either.
Well, we do have an adult with us.
No, that's still impossible. Besides, that's too dangerous a method.
Well, this is a problem.
What's with the ruckus outside?
To everyone gathered before Yongen-Jaya Station.
Isn't that an election campaign car?
Oh yeah, I've talked about those before.
Oh right, the candidates are currently campaigning.
That voice.
I apologize for the commotion. I am Masayoshi Shido.
Oh, that's convenient. We can just go right out, or they can.
Wait, did he just say Shido?
Yeah, he did!
Sounds like the same voice I heard back then. Could you seriously not tell from the TV? Like, this is another thing that pisses me off. How dumb is this main character?
Man, talk about being lucky. We can go check him out without an appointment now.
What good is this gonna do?
Hey, Ryuji ran off toward the station. This way. Hurry! By the way, did something happen? Didn't seem well a moment ago.
Yeah, thanks. I hope Ryuji doesn't try anything. We'll stand out too much if we go together. Please investigate on your own. Yeah, of course, me. So the one behind the death of Haru's father may be out there. Please. But that was Akechi. Granted, he was acting on Shido's orders. Also, why am I standing here eavesdropping on them like an asshole? Really? Is that really necessary? Now is the time to rebuild this crumbling nation. Our government is littered with scandals, and criminals have taken a strong foothold in our society. Such a disgraceful past must be discarded. We must set sail into a new future of dreams and... Oh, you're so full of shit, Shido. So our children who carry the burden... I can't even... So our nation can once again become powerful, etc. So our beautiful home will be acknowledged as the best country in the world. I'm gonna puke.
I humbly ask that you cast your vote for me, Masayoshi Shido. Let us all set sail toward a happy future, together.
Who buys this shit?
I hope to continue serving you all.
I say that, but even as I say it, I know that a lot of people buy this shit.
Is that the guy? You guys wait here. I'll go get intel for us.
No, somebody intelligent can go get intel for us.
Wait!
Idiot.
Hey! Yo, Shido-san!
Stand back.
Stupid moron.
I just want to talk to him for a sec.
He's a busy man.
The hell? Ain't he supposed to hear a citizen's comments?
That's enough, brat.
Ryuji, you are the dumbest.
You're that asshole we met at the hotel before, at the elevators.
Ugh, you... Somebody...
I'm sorry. So you can butt in front of other people if you're in a hurry?
Somebody just let me shoot Ryuji already, please.
What are you talking about?
That moron! Come on, stop!
But these guys...
Franz, why do you hate Ryuji? He's such a nice guy. His heart's in the right place. He's reliable. He's someone you can count on. No. He's an idiot, and he jeopardizes the team more than literally anybody else.
You don't want to know what happens when you cross me.
Meanwhile, our dumb-as-a-log protagonist who doesn't even recognize...
It seems the customer base has changed since I was here last. Have they started a daycare?
Or rather, who takes the entire game to recognize the person who ruined his life.
This ain't a show. Get lost, kid.
Who hasn't changed in that entire time.
Damn brat! I'll sue!
This man, there's no mistake, he's the same man as the one from before.
What are you looking at? This country is filled with clueless children. I worry for Japan's future. Let them go. My next appointment is coming up.
What a piece of shit. So what do you think after seeing him in person?
I think you're a moron and you did us no good and potentially lots of harm. You have literally shown your face, and Haru's face, and probably to some extent Peter's face, to our mortal enemy. You are an idiot, Ryuji.
Wait, he's the jerk you told us about before? The same guy? For real? Seriously?
Can we not talk about this here, please?
You're sure, aren't you? Shido's the one who ruined your life.
Holy shit. I don't believe it.
Ryuji is about to be the next one to ruin my life if he doesn't shut his damn mouth.
Let's get going, okay?
Shido's the guy who set you up?
What kind of fate brought you two back together?
All for revenge, Kaz. I'm already a demon. I kind of want to know that myself.
Talk about a destined connection. Shido was involved in the cognitive research too, right? This can't be dismissed as just a coincidence.
God, what the hell's going on here?
Shido was already a politician then, yet he sued a student and ruined his future? He must have pulled some strings so that his name wouldn't be mentioned. Furthermore, he also would have had to force that woman into making a false statement.
He would do anything. We're talking about a man who ordered a hit inside the police station.
He can't sit still until he crushes whoever opposes him, no matter how trivial. He's always been that way.
What a piece of shit. Children are the future, my ass! What he's saying and doing are completely different!
But now that we found out who did it, can't something be done about his record?
Once the courts have made a judgment, overturning that decision will be difficult. It'd barely be possible even if proof of innocence is presented and Shido admits to his crimes.
At any rate, we need to trigger a change of heart in him.
Be that as it may, Shido's outer appearance and his true face are wholly different. It's beyond hypocritical. It's as if he's an entirely different person.
Sounds like this might be a clue to our accessing his palace.
He speaks about the good of the country. It makes me wonder what really is on his mind.
That man's full of ambition to rise in the world. He only thinks of the weak as stepping stools for his success.
He treats himself as an elite man while looking down on others. Ugh, that's the worst.
I assume the keyword for what he believes the Diet Building is will be despicable too.
It must be something self-centered and completely different from politics.
Yeah, probably a castle or something like that, a palace. Like a resort or something.
Someone like him needs to be punished as soon as possible.
Let's head to the diet building again right after school tomorrow. I feel we'll get it this time.
No, that's the stupidest. We've already done that and it didn't work.
Stewing over it won't get anywhere. We have to do this.
Also, why is everybody still listening to Ryuji? Of all people. Why does anybody still take him seriously? The guy behind everything turned out to be your archenemy. What an oddly poetic twist. You know what's also oddly poetic? The fact that I'm not going to be freaking allowed to... Yeah. Oh, we'll be searching for the keyword again tomorrow. I better get some sleep. Oh, I'm not allowed to make infiltration tools. Ugh.
Yeah.
It'd stand out if everyone else is wearing their school uniforms. Might be a good idea for you to wear your uniform when you head out. I should wear my uniform when I head out tomorrow. Ugh. Really? Seems like there'll be a higher voter turnout at this election. It'll totally be an easy win for Shido-san. He really got famous from all that Phantom Thieves business. He's on track to become Prime Minister. Guess I should be on Shido's side. I've actually been paying attention to the news lately. Aren't you proud of me? Uninformed girlfriend? Wow. Don't you leave it on hoping that Akechi will be there? Well, not that I blame you. He's a real hero. I think Masayoshi Shido is even more amazing, though. He's the first politician I've ever believed in. Oh, I know Shido-san, too. Sounds like he really wants to improve the country. Can't they see they're being lied to? We have to do something. This is surprisingly close to what actual political ignorance looks like. I'm pretty impressed that Atlas was willing to depict something so poignant in a game like this. It's not true that the Phantom Thieves leader died, right? Everything's fine. Thank goodness. There's no way the Phantom Thieves could be defeated. Man, it's such a relief to hear things are okay. Well, if you need anything, I'll be at the arcade. The Phantom Thieves have been on the news recently, so I was wondering how you're doing. Are you going to give up without accomplishing your goal? Nah, I'm fine. So you're okay? What a relief. I'm expecting great things from the Phantom Thieves. If you need anything, I'm happy to help, my comrade. Feels pretty weird seeing you around on a weekday. You're taking off tonight, right? Sheesh, you're such a risk taker. Listen, be sure nobody notices you, okay? Well, if I'm forced to take that idiot Ryuji's advice again, we're all doomed. We have to do something about the keyword for sure this time.
Security guards became suspicious of us last time, so we can't stay here for long.
In other words, we haven't learned our lesson from last time.
But we still have no hit.
Think it's a barrier after all?
Where'd your enthusiasm from yesterday go?
Ah, shut up. The real game starts at 2 outs.
Enough chatting. You should only be thinking about the keyword.
The citizens are secondary. He only cares about his own well-being and that of his lackeys.
So is it a fortress?
He wants to become Prime Minister, even if it means trampling on others. Fortune, rich people. Hey, can you think of anything based on what you've heard from him? Just try saying anything. It doesn't matter if you guess.
Incompetent fools like you just need to shut your mouths and follow where I steer this country.
Oh, it's a ship.
Steer?
Yup, okay.
It was a match?
What? The diet building's a ship? What kind of scenery will that be? The actual building's on land.
I hope you all brought your life jackets.
I can't even begin to imagine what it will be like.
Well, whatever it is, looks like there are no barriers.
Yeah, Ryuji.
Oh, shut up! Let's hurry up and go in.
Are we clear of the guard's sight?
Get closer to the wall just in case. All right. Do it.
Yeah, we're kind of right in front of the guards. Why? No, this is the dumbest. We are in plain view of everybody walking past the Diet building. Okay, screw it then. Did anything change? We went in, right? Security guards seem to be gone, but it's difficult to tell for certain. This seems to be similar with what happened to Sis's palace. But this time, the Diet building remains unchanged. Ah, the gate wasn't open earlier, though.
Wait!
Mona's appearance is different? That means we're definitely in a palace.
Hey.
Come on, let's take a look. Is it only going to be when we get inside?
How's it look over there? See anything?
Nah, it's totally normal.
I'll check it out.
What on earth?
What the heck?
What's up, Futaba? Futaba?
What is it?
Oh, it's the rest of the country that's the ship. Of course. Oh. Or not. Holy hell. Jeez.
Even though this country may sink, he alone will survive. That's what this cognition is about, huh?
Well then.
This is bullshit! A country that children can be proud of my ass is completely sunken in his head. If a guy like this stands above everyone, we're seriously done for.
This is beyond ridiculous.
The same goes for Akechi. He should have seen this scenery as well. Yet he still aided Shido.
What in the world is he thinking? Whether it be for glory or for simply a reward, my father died because of someone like this.
We gotta sink Shido instead of this country.
A palace with not just the center of the distortion, but the entire country sunken. I can't believe there's someone with this tremendous of a desire. Be careful. This will be completely different from past palaces.
This is already beginning to remind me a little bit of Digital Devil Saga.
We're definitely gonna take his treasure.
With the ship dungeon. Business as usual seems like an incredibly inappropriate response.
All right.
We must put an end to this by December 17th, the day before the elections. Let the infiltration begin. Time to pay him back for setting us up into a trap.
Wait.
If our clothes aren't changing, I guess you don't see us as a threat yet, huh? Speaking of that, shouldn't Peter have been disguising himself on the way here? Seeing someone in a disguise with a bunch of kids in school uniforms would be super weird.
You got it.
Well, we won't have to worry about any of that once we steal the treasure. Let's do this. Sheesh. Oh, this is just the way out. That's interesting. Wow. I wonder if there is anything... Nope, I guess not. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything of import out here. Well, now that we've established that, I guess we might as well head in.
Indeed.
Masayoshi Shido's palace. I wonder what awaits us within. Let's go find out. It's time we begin our infiltration. Wow. Oh yeah, now we're threats. I understand why he might already see us as a threat. But why are even the passengers wearing masks? You think they're trying to be phantom thieves? Back like Haru with that beauty thief stuff? That's quite enough.
It looks like.
Whatever the reason, it reflects Shido's mentality. Surely he doesn't view others normally.
You're right.
Given the insane nature of his distortion, I'm surprised they even appear as people. Yeah, that's kind of my sentiments as well.
Listen up.
It's very likely we'll end up in battles from here forward. Be on your guard, everyone. Oh, we can actually talk to these shadows? What an odd costume. Is that what you young people are into nowadays? Who are you? Don't think you can talk to an honored guest of Mr. Shido so casually. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. It looks like they've decided to double down on a reference just alluded to in passing in the lyrics of the song that plays when you're wandering around town at night. I believe the name of the song is Beneath the Mask. And no, Zoro dude, I'm not going to do a cover of Beneath the Mask. You saw what happened with the Hellfire parody. Come on, man. We don't need to repeat past mistakes here. In any case, the reference is to a short story written by Edgar Allan Poe. The short story is entitled The Mask of the Red Death, but it's been nicknamed Poe's Masquerade for short. And that's where the song lyrics get that reference. Basically, the short story is about a prince. I think his name was Prince Prospero. And there was a film, I think, made in the 60s based on this story, which I believe you can still find on YouTube. It starred Vincent Price, and he was fantastic in just about everything he ever did. So, definitely, if you're interested, look up the film on YouTube, and maybe if you can find the original story somewhere online, I'm sure it's available as well. But the gist of it, and fair warning, spoilers, from maybe the next 3 or 4 minutes while I explain this. The story is about a prince named Prince Prospero who rules over a kingdom that is suffering a plague. And the plague is called the Red Death. And apparently it has some pretty nasty symptoms. I don't remember what all of them are. It was in English class, Honors Advanced Placement English, in my final year of high school back in the States that I read this story. So it was a while ago, and I hope you'll forgive me if not all the details are clear. But the gist of it is, Prince Prospero rules over a kingdom that's suffering through this really, really nasty plague called the Red Death. And so he gets 1,000 other nobles together in his walled abbey and seals the doors, thinking that, well, we'll just hang out in here till everybody else dies of the plague, and then we'll be fine. We'll come out when the plague has ended, and everything will be happy. There'll be nobody left in the kingdom but us. So he gets these nobles together, they seal the doors of the abbey, and then they realize, oh, wait a minute, we have to do something to entertain ourselves while we're locked up here in the abbey. So the prince decides to hold a masquerade ball to entertain his guests. And he essentially, he holds the abbey, or he holds the ball rather, in I think 6 or 7 different rooms of the abbey. And the whole place is depicted as this really creepy sort of almost gothic horror-esque setting where each different room of the abbey is decorated in a different color. And the whole place is kind of maze-like. It has these tall, thin, creepy gothic windows. And the final room has a decoration of black, and it's lit in red. And then I remember some detail about a clock that Poe spends a long time describing. There's this clock that strikes every hour, I think, or strikes midnight or something like that. And he makes this whole point of describing the clock and building up the whole suspense that, oh, time is important in this story. And eventually, a guest shows up at the ball whom nobody has invited. Nobody knows who this person is, but the guest is dressed very distastefully. Everybody else is wearing all of their fancy masquerade clothing and their frilly dresses and their various gothic clothing, and this guest shows up in a blood-spattered robe wearing a mask of a victim of the Red Death. So the mask is of a contorted, horribly disfigured face, and everybody is terrified by it. And the prince is super insulted that somebody would show up at his ball, where the whole point is to avoid the Red Death, wearing a Red Death costume. So the prince chases this guest through every room of the abbey, and eventually corners the person in the final room, the black room that's lit with red. And the prince corners this guest, draws a dagger, and demands that the guest identify himself. And the guest turns around and looks at the prince, and he screams and falls over dead. And then the other guests go, "What the hell? That's terrible." And they're all terrified and scared, and then they surge forward and apprehend this mysterious, uninvited guest and tear off the guest's robe and mask. And they find, rather to their horror, that there's nothing underneath. It was basically just a ghost. And at that point, every guest that comes in contact with the mysterious intruder dies one by one, and it turns out that the intruder was the Red Death itself. So that's, in summary, the Mask of the Red Death, or Poe's Masquerade. And it appears that that is what is being depicted here on this ship. This masquerade with everyone invited to this grand palace, oblivious to the suffering of everyone outside. And I guess I am meant to be the shapeshifter, the Red Death. And it looks like there are megaphones up there, so there's some campaign material here as well. Fascinating.
Somewhere.
Oh!
What?
An enemy! Alright, it's attacking us with all these people around? Well, of course it is. Oh, it's Cerberus! Okay. Guard dog of Hades.
Let's go.
You know, at this point, I don't know why I even bother trying status ailments on palace bosses, but one more time. We'll take one more shot.
Black Rider.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for casting Agidyne on the character that is resistant to it. Holy hell! Well, so much for status ailments. Ah, is this a show of sorts? Mr. Shido never fails to keep his guests entertained. Indeed, those privileged enough to be on this ship are all on the winning team. Ah-ha-ha-ha-ha. Ah-ha-ha-ha. What's with all these people? Why do they not feel any danger after what they just... Oh, because they're just spectators. It's as I just described with the masquerade ball. As far as they're concerned, the suffering that goes on around them is just a show. It's irrelevant to them. It seems they think no harm will come to them because they're here on Shido's ship, which is exactly what happens in the short story. The people in the palace think that they're safe, They think that the walls will keep out the plague and any diseased victims that might otherwise spread it. They're not even sensing the danger. Come on, let's make them see what this ship really is. My, that was quite a show. Are you entertainers?
Hey.
Joker, we should go. It would be a problem if we started drawing attention to us.
Huh?
Oh!
Oh, a treasure chest.
Damn it! Oh, he was fast. I didn't have time to respond to that. Oh, and it's Narcissus. Of course it's Narcissus. Thanks, Futaba. You're the best.
Let's go.
Beat him up.
I must admit, I was somewhat put off my guard
Didn't even break a sweat.
by the fact that there's just this convivial ball going on. You know, I think for now, I should probably call it. Because it's abundantly clear that we've got quite a lot going on. Although actually, before that,
Do you need something?
let's stop into the Velvet Room and see if we have unlocked anything new. Doesn't look like it. Oh, okay, or not. Maybe we have.
Please hear me. These are the final words I leave for you.
Oh, it looks like we're going to get to hear the whole thing now.
If my voice has reached you, I am most likely no more. Even so, I must relay this to you. Please, you must remember, the ruin that approaches you is by your own machinations.
Oh, okay.
A plan to reverse fate, so that you may repel the true ruin yet to come. O chosen trickster, overcome your cruel fate, and save this world.
I feel like I heard a voice. So I guess that was referring to me faking my death, then. Was it telling me about the approaching ruin before it happened? Whose voice was it? But I can't ask him anything out of the ordinary.
Done already?
Hang on a minute, what about the girls?
Now,
I will verify the status of your labor.
well done.
You've completed all assignments on the list, but please do not stop here. You're in rehabilitation till the moment you step through the iron bars. Got that, inmate?
Now,
Oh,
well
okay.
done.
There's nothing new, I guess.
No slacking off.
Yeah, in that case, I guess I'm just going to call it for now. So, thank you all very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing all of you next time. Take care, everybody.